in general, we have three types of leather. It's aniline, semi-aniline, and pigmented. Aniline leather is very, very lightly finished, if finished at all. And the beauty of this is it can highlight the natural markings of the leather. Let's take a minute to review the natural markings we sometimes call the hallmarks of the trail. These include insect bites, brand marks, neck wrinkles, scratches from barbed wire fencing. Leather is real, it's not manufactured. It is a natural product, and no two hides are alike. And sometimes these natural markings are visible. These are not flaws, rather they are a guarantee of authenticity. Just part of the natural beauty of this natural product. Moving on from aniline is the semi-aniline. Semi-aniline leather is basically a very lightly finished, very transparent coat that's put across the hide. You add color, transparent pigments, aniline dyes, and a very light protective coat. The benefit of aniline leather versus semi-aniline leather is the touch. As you move to the semi-aniline, the touch changes, but still maintains the aniline appearance. That is why a majority of leather on high-class sofas tends to be semi-aniline. Moving on from semi-aniline is pigmented. Now, pigmented is basically like a finished wall that you roll paint on that you'd get from the Home Depot. Now, the beauty of this is lower grade materials can be used because you're hiding the defects by the amount of finish that is put on. This enables everybody to enjoy a sofa. Anybody who has a dog that sits on the sofa would probably go for a pigmented leather because it's less likely to get damaged. Semi-aniline leather would be used in your visitation room where people sit occasionally, but not generally something that you'd sit in front of the TV on. And aniline leather would be for special guests, not the puppies. Let's take a little deeper view on aniline, semi-aniline, and pigmented leathers, just to get an idea of what the variation is to the eyes. Over here we have a full aniline leather, beautifully soft to the touch, unique coloring as well. Now this majority of the color is coming from the dyeing process, which we discussed earlier on. Moving on, we have what we call a hand-sanded aniline, semi-aniline leather. So this is a mix sort of between the two. It was originally finished, but we sanded off, which gives it an aniline appearance in certain areas of the hide. What we have here is a typical semi-aniline leather, a true semi-aniline leather. The transparency of the finish lets you see right through the leather. It has a wonderful touch and a casein-like gloss level, which gives it that rich texture. Moving on from that is further semi-aniline to show you what the variations can be. This is what I would class as an assisted aniline. It's a little bit more covered, however has a wonderful touch to it, and again is very see-through. As can be seen, the crust is dyed through. This is the pigmented version. Again, has a subtle two-tone effect to it. Lovely touch, but as can be seen, a lot more finish than your typical semi-aniline. This would be your high-wearing leather, family-orientated, front room leathers, your semi-aniline, and your appearance piece to tell the neighbors that you know what real leather is. Up and above on the regular aniline, semi-aniline, and pigmented leathers we've been through, there are different variations outside of the three. Pull-up leathers, done with oils and waxes. When you pull the leather, it exuberates this great burst of color. As an example, we have one up here. You can see the color changes as it stretches, giving a rich golden color underneath. You're going from a dark brown red to a golden yellow. This is what's classed as a traditional pull-up leather produced with oil. Above on this, you can use waxes, a combination of waxes and oils, which allows the break to stay, or, as in this case, it relaxes and goes back to its natural color once the pulling has been stopped. The hide is split into two different areas. One is the top grain, second one is the split. Top grain can be split into two different areas as well. Top grain, which is the cream of the crop used as is. After dyeing, we finish it top grain. Second one is what we call corrected grain or buffed. This is when the top grain has some natural defects that can and want to be masked to enable production of a sort of a higher level leather. This is done by either hand sanding or machine sanding. This is known as corrected grain. The second is obviously a split, which is used more on the outsides of the furniture, covered up, not on the high wear areas or the seating areas of the furniture.